Hello and thank you for contacting Wave Support. I see from your clinical request you're looking for some guidance on adding in the over-refraction for this multifocal lens, as well as a recommendation for adjusting the edge design. So if we talk about the refraction, if you look at the right lens, you do have a notable over-refraction here with some cylinder in that over-refraction. What's nice is that you'll see that the axis of that over-refraction corresponds very nicely with the spectacle RX. In most cases, if you have a over-refraction that is consistent with the spectacle refraction, you can feel pretty confident in adding in the over-refraction using the over-refraction tool button. If this patient is seeing well already with the lens, I may recommend not adding in the full amount, possibly taking the spherical equivalent, maybe knocking that down to 1 diopter cylinder and maybe plus 75 or so. Generally, I don't like to add too much in these over-refractions into the cylinder and the over-refraction into the original lens design, because the higher cylinder that you deal with, the more likely you are to have variation when this lens moves and rotates a bit. So, but again, once you're pretty well lined up here with the over-refraction and the spectacle refraction, I think it's in most cases pretty safe to add that in. If you have a significant difference in cylinder axis on the over-refraction, for example, if you're say 40 or 50 degrees off or even 90 degrees off on that, I would suspect that you have some compounded cylinder things going on here, and generally speaking, in those situations it creates a very complicated optical design, which often doesn't work so well in the end. So that's a little more thinking you have to put in that kind of design, and that we could talk about that in a different time, but at least in this one you could be safe adding that in. As far as the lens design, if you want to change a certain meridian, going back to your basic lens fitting techniques, if you click on your quadrant control up in the right hand corner of the upper quad view, you'll see you have 100% as an option, 25%, and 50%. So in this case, if you want to change the one quadrant, go down to 25%. You are in freeform, so you can go down here to this about the 8 o'clock radial, and you can just click down on that blue dot a few times. Hold on, let me switch it back to 25%. Okay, 25%. If you click down on that radial, you'll see it just brings down that one meridian very nicely. If you want to adjust the edge a little bit, you can go a little bit further over here if you want. Bring this one down a little bit also. And that way you can adjust that quadrant. Remember, if in freeform, if you're adjusting right here, it is not going to adjust the other side. It's only going to adjust that one radial that you're looking at. Same concept goes for the left eye when you're making those adjustments. Hopefully this information is helpful. Thank you for contacting Wave Support, and have a great day.